Hey everyone, I just filmed a video in Spanish where I showed my desk setup. And I don't know if you guys are interested or not, but I'm putting together my office here, so that's what I just mentioned. And we were talking about confidence and how to start being confident again and in ourselves, right? And trust ourselves in order to trust others. That's the trick. You have to start trusting yourself first. But I have this book here, Without Conscious by Robert Hare. And I made a video in Spanish as well. But I wanted to not make another video here without mentioning this. Listen to this. Have you noticed what William March in The Bad Seed said? I love this. Good people are rarely suspicious. They cannot imagine others doing the things they themselves are incapable of doing. Usually, they accept the undramatic solution as the correct one and let matters rest there. Then, too, the normal are included to visualize the psychopath as one who's as monstrous in appearance as he is in mind. You know how this is in 1950s. I think has been done in 1950s, the Bad Seed by William March, that book. But, before we used to think that psychopaths were like monsters. Nowadays we know they're very pretty. They can be beautiful. They can be super smart and enticing and interesting and very well put together and all that and perfect. And talking about perfect, I love this part where they say, well, first of all, people are rarely suspicious. I mean, first of all, good people are rarely suspicious. Isn't that interesting? Okay. They cannot imagine others doing the things they themselves are incapable of doing. That's what happened to you, I think. That's my theory as well. But about normalcy, let's say, these monsters of real life usually looked and behaved in a more normal manner than their actually normal brothers and sisters. They presented a more convincing picture of virtue than virtue presented of itself. Just as the wax rosebud or the plastic peach seemed more perfect to the eye, more what the mind thought a rosebud or a peach should be than the imperfect original from which it had been modeled. I remember when I was like 6 years old, first time going to Florida, and the US was way more advanced than Argentina as usual. But at that time in history, decades and decades ago, I went to one of those places shops where they sell orange juice, and I saw these oranges. They were just perfect plastic oranges. I was, oh wow, and then I wanted to drink that. Is that the juice? I want that. And then you went in and you realized, oh, that's plastic. Okay, interesting. So, and the juice was not that good at all. Actually, it was also not natural. In Spain here, this is one thing, by the way, they make juice with machines in the supermarket, and you can make it for yourself in the moment, and you can take like quarter liter, a liter, half a liter to your home or drink it in the car. Recently squeezed oranges. So that's interesting. Wait a moment, I'm going to get my coffee. Brought my coffee. So good people cannot imagine others doing the things that they cannot imagine doing themselves. I think that's the trick, What do you think? Tell me about that. I think this is very important. Second of all, narcissistic people, psychopaths, they can look way too perfect. That's something very interesting. Like they look like these oranges, plastic oranges that I'm talking about, or these wax rosebuds and things like that the author mentions here. By the way, if you haven't read this is very good if you're interested. Okay, this is like the main thing when you study psychopathy in Cluster B. You have to read Robert Hare. It's a must. So, yeah, completely recommended. But so I was saying the plasticity, not plasticity. That's a different thing, but this aspect of being fake and unnatural, and but way too normal, like way too normal. That's the thing, being too normal. Like they want to copy you sometimes, and then they end up being too perfectly you, or make you look like you have to be perfect, like you have to be this version of you which is polished to their taste, maybe. That's very interesting. I love that quote. It's in this. It's in the preface here, like in the first part of the book, and but the book is even better. So it's very very good as well. And so yeah, they talk about the gaze of the psychopath. That's one way of looking at them and seeing how they just, you know, do this with their eyes. They control with the gaze. Of course, they don't have any empathy, but they don't show it, you know? And so you think they're normal. And this thing where the normalcy, I'm obsessed with that. They want to appear normal, but somehow you sense there's something there. But if you're not paying attention, they can play you, me, anybody, because they're good actors. So because they are trying to be normal, so that's why they are more perfect. They are trying so hard to be normal because they know they are acting, playing a part that you need to interact with. And so in that, but they are so good at doing, they lose authenticity. But I mean, you can, if you pay attention, you can see it, but they are so good at doing this as well because they've been doing this forever. So they're used to doing this. So yeah, very interesting. Just wanted to say hi. I'm putting my office together here, trying to make it work for me. And it's step by step, little by little. Let me show you. I have this thing that I think it's going to be very helpful for my laptop there. And so I'm very, very happy to be here in Spain. So I hope you're doing well. Just wanted to say there's changes going on here. My style of videos is changing because I'm changing. I'm sick of making the same videos every time. And it's a matter of health, mental health for me. So you will be seeing different videos here. And it's about changing because we all change. I'm sure you changed. And yeah, and sort of coming back to what I used to do here in this channel, but never losing sight of narcissistic abuse and all that. Of course, that's something you cannot not see. So yeah, that's what's going on. Have a great day and say hi in the comments. Bye.